because it sounds like your coaches are all moving you along with your own efforts
Yes.
in the same direction to a point
Yes.
that you're trying to get to.
Yes.
One
And
thing,
I do, sorry,
no,
I
no,
do
go
have
ahead.
to shout out also like my team, one of my teammates, Jade, who's like herself just like a super accomplished amateur boxer,
Right.
Undefeated AA.
Yay, let's go.
She also has been really integral in this process, like, and just like educating me on like what to expect, being this like crazy soundboard, because I'm sure anyone could imagine, but like I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm excited.
For sure.
I'm of course nervous.
Yeah, I mean, the unknown always brings that, right? At the end of the day, you know that you can do all the training, but you never know the outcome until it's game time.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Exactly, right? So
I hope I do the things I practice.
Right. And nervousness, really, right? Especially in that sense, is really just you thinking about all possibilities.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of touch on something super important, and if you don't want to touch on this, I'll cut it out. But you also took an extra step, which was sports psychology.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Can you discuss a little bit, with whatever details you want, but like how important of a role has that played for you so far?
Integral.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anyone considers it, but I do. Dance is a sport.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things that I've carried with me from dancing that I didn't realize was going to come up in boxing, and it has.
Yeah.
And so I was reading a book called It Takes What It Takes, and that was a book written by a sports psychologist, and I was like, what is a sports psychologist?
Right.
And it just so happens that my boyfriend Derek has a family friend that's a sports psychologist, and I was having these like crazy episodes of like anxiety when I first decided, really was like, okay, I'm fighting, okay, I'm gonna do this. I was having these crazy episodes where I was like really tearing myself down. He was like, he's like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like, I think you should talk to someone that's not me. And I was like, fair.
Yeah.
So he put me in contact with, his name is Jamel.
Yeah.
And he's really helped me work through some of that, like performance anxiety, help come up with strategy, help, even down to like having hard conversations with setting boundaries on things I need to make myself feel successful in this process,
Absolutely.
And I think it seems like it's not needed, but I would recommend to anybody actually, if you do any sort of sport, it just helps you kind of like organize your thoughts.
Yep.
And also conquer what's going on that's limiting you from your high performance.
Yeah. Yeah. I think to your point, and this doesn't even just apply to fitness, right? But just life, clarity is key, and I think if I had to take anything away from just kind of your story, and I hope people take this away and so much more, it's also the openness to keep learning. Like that seems like your journey, right?
It's gonna be my C's probably till I'm 90.
We're talking about from dance to like, I want to try ballet, like, you know what I mean? And I think the reason that's so important for many of us, myself included, right, is because at a certain juncture, it's hard to be the new person. It's hard to be the new guy or girl at the new club or the new, gym or whatever. And so at a certain point, especially when you're a fitness professional, right, that can be a little bit of a ego bruiser. But I think from the successful coaches that I've watched, it's the individuals that love the beginner mindset that seem to progress the most. You know what I mean? And I think you getting ready for this fight and preparing for that, and just doing all the amazing things that you've done, and I know you will continue to do, that I think to me is just kind of the shining like beacon of where us as fitness professionals need to aim to be, right? The constant beginner and willing to learn, because I've learned a lot from you, Lo. So, I just want you to know that. And obviously we're out of time a little bit, but with, I've had some amazing like conversations, and I think you and I can have a lot more.
Yes.
And so we will.
10 parts.
Yes, we will. Because I think that's what this is all about, right? And like that's been my whole purpose for this show, is making sure that we're enlightening coaches on what it takes to really propel yourself in this industry, right? Because it's not easy. You're going to go through these black swan events. You're going to go through the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of any industry, but especially our industry as well, right? Because our industry relies on our connection with people. And so, that's why I can see us having 3 or 4 more conversations, because we talk a lot about it. And so we will set that up and have another one. I just want to thank you for your time.
Thank you for
You know,
having me.
I truly appreciate it. And I can't wait to do it again. But with that being said, make sure you follow. What's the Instagram again?
Lorena 22, Laurena 22.
All right. Follow her on Instagram. Check out the fight. You know, we're all wishing you luck. You know what I mean? I know you've been putting in the work. You're doing the damn thing. I've seen so much progression. So do you. You know what I mean? You know what time it is. Time to get busy. Shout out to your coaches who are in your corner and helping you through. And, you know, other than that, can't wait for you to be back, Lo. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.